Okay, so let's see what we got here. So we have the speed that it takes for this person to go to her friend's house, and they're traveling at a speed of 35 miles per hour. And then on the way back, she's traveling at 45 miles per hour. And we know that the total time that it takes is 45 minutes. So the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make a decision. Are we going to keep this in hours or we're going to keep this in minutes? It doesn't really matter. You just have to kind of make a decision. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the speed that she travels, which is in miles per hour, and I'm going to convert it to minutes. You know what? Let's not do that. I'm going to convert the total time that it takes to hours, just because it's going to be a little bit easier, because I think you'd agree, if it's 45 minutes, there's 45 minutes in, it takes her 45 minutes, and there's 60 minutes an hour, then it takes her 3/4 of an hour. The total traveling time is 3/4 of an hour. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. So we don't know how long it takes to get there or how long it takes to get back. The only thing we know is it takes the whole round trip is 3/4 of an hour. So I'm going to say time to get to a friend's house and we don't know it, so I'm just going to call that T. Then we're going to say time to get back, or to let's say time to go home, or to get home. I don't know. Get home, go home. We'll say time to go home, and that equals 3/4 minus T, right? Because if the total time, right? So just to make sure that makes sense, let's pretend for a second that it takes her 20 minutes to get to her friend's house. And since the total trip is 45 minutes, to find out how long it would take to get back home, we take 45 minus 20 to get 25 minutes back home. So in this case, we don't know how long it takes to get there. So we're just going to call it her time T. And then we're going in the time to get back is 3/4 minus T. Okay, so 3/4 of an hour minus T. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to come up with an equation. So the one thing we know is that the distance to the friend's house and the distance back is the same. So in other words, what I want to really do is I want to say distance to, let's say, two friends equals distance home, right? Those distances have to be the same. So let's do the distance. Well, distance equals rate times time. So the rate, as we know, is 35 miles per hour. This is going up, right? So 35 miles per hour, and how long does that person travel for? We said T. And that has to equal the distance going back, which is, 40 miles per hour, times the time, which we said was 3/4 minus T. Okay? So at this point, we have an equation, and all we have to do is solve. So let's see what we get. We get 35T equals, what is that? Looks like 30 minus 40T. So we get 75T equals 30. So T is going to be equal to 30 divided by 75. Let's see, that reduces to, we can go by 15. So 2/5. I think it equals 2/5. So make sure you understand what that is, though. That 2/5 is the time. So it takes her 2/5 of an hour to travel to the friend's house. Okay, so now if we want to know the distance, right, to the friend's house, we have to take her time, which we said was 2/5, and we have to multiply it to her rate, right? Because we have to basically figure out what this is. This is the distance to the friend's house. So I'm going to say 35 times 2/5 equals 70 divided by 5, which is 14. So that is a total of 14 miles.